Hello there, Grim here. So I haven't actually done like a profile or like upload anything in a while. Mostly just been busy to be honest. So yeah, I offloaded quite a lot of my like decks and stuff like that. But this is Plunder. This is a deck I still use like a lot. So I always kind of go back to it. Um, I just really like its playstyle. I like decks that have like every type of summoning mechanic, because I consider that really interesting, and like you can't really get bored of a deck, I don't think, that has multiple summoning mechanics, because you can pretty much play your turn anyway in that sense. Um, so yeah, the whole gimmick of the deck I love its play style. The same sort of concept with like Gold Pride, Magistus, Magic Key, all those style of decks that have all the summoning mechanics more or less is like really interesting to me. Um, so yeah, I'll just get into it. But this is Plunder. Um, so I run triple Whitebeard. Is your main one, so you kind of have to run three of him. The ratios are quite high for the Plunder monsters, so it's triple Whitebeard. You kind of have to run triple of him. Triple Sea Guide is your recycler, so again, he's really important. Him and Whitebeard, I'd probably say your better ones. So Whitebeard will get you access to other plunders, and then Sea Glide will recycle the Whitebeard back to your hand, or just any of them really. It has got an effect and send from hand or field to the grave. That's what they all do. Well, Monster Zone, not Spell Trap Zone. So Whitebeard is the one that's summon off the deck. Otherwise, he's a pilot during your opponent's turn, which means he can just tag out into a ship based on attributes, because the entire deck is based on what attributes are in your opponent's field and grave. Some may vary in your field and grave, but not often. Um, so yeah, so Whitebeard will tag out into a ship based on your opponent's field and grave and what attributes they have, and then equip himself to it. But if you sent from monster card zone or your hand to the grave, he special summons a plunder from your deck, but then locks you into plunders. So some of the effects do lock you into Plunder Patrol monsters for the turn. Black Eyes is he summons himself from hand, adds back one from where he targets one in your grave, I believe his cost, and then summons himself from hand, adds it to your hand. And then you can't summon except plunders. Then when he's sent from the monster zone or the hand to the grave, he summons a plunder from your spell and trap zone in defense mode. Means you can't summon like Blackbeard back because he's a link, but you can summon other things back. That effect doesn't really come up that often, but it is kind of handy to remember, because you can forget that quite often because it doesn't come up. But it can help you like get into like a free Moark or a free Synchro. Triple Bluebeard. He's like an extender, so he just summons himself from hand if you control a plunder, and then if he's sent from monster or hand, he discards one, draws one. So it can be kind of handy in a sense in your opponent's turn. If you discard him with an effect, you can go, effect, discard something that doesn't do anything in your opponent's turn, and draw a card, so potentially drawing a hand trap. Triple Golden Hair. So that and Bluebeard, both like good targets for Almirage. This is the better one because you can normal Golden Hair, link into Almirage, use Golden Hair and Grave, summon back, and then link Almirage and Golden Hair into a Blackbeard. So in that sense, it's kind of like, well, not a one card into a Blackbeard because you just don't need the extra card in your hand, but like a one specific card with a random card in hand into a Blackbeard, which is kind of nice to have. So you definitely need three of her, and then I run one Redbeard. Redbeard honestly doesn't really do much. Again, he's like Whitebeard in the sense he tags out on your opponent's turn, but then his centigrade effect is he just equips himself to something. So overall, it doesn't come off that often. The main purpose, I'd be honest with him, for me, is just use him as a pilot to tag out in your opponent's turn, or if I synchro into a Jord, equipping him into the Jord, or like just equipping him to some of them, it's like handy to have, because like Jord is really good if he's got something equipped to him. So that was for the plunder lineup, and then for I run triple enchantress. So the Adventure Engine is in this because the synergy with this deck is incredible. I've seen a lot of decks play Adventure Engine, and I think, in my opinion, Plunder is like built for it. It's almost like it's part of the archetype. The amount of synergy it has with the deck and just overall is incredible. So triple enchantress, you definitely want on 3. You want to see it. Even like there's no negatives to seeing this card in your hand. Even if you don't have any of your usual discard fodder, you just banish it, get into your faithful package. The faithful package is crazy. So yeah, definitely want to run 3 of this. Really, really good card. And then 1 Griffin and 1 illegal. So the idea with this is you usually play 1 Griffin because it's just an Omni negate. So that's kind of standard. And then the 1 illegal is I used to main deck Kaijus in this. I side deck them now. But overall, illegal still really good. Even if you open it without the adventure engine, you can still summon them from your hand and then summon a plunder and just link them off if need be. But no, yeah, it's a honestly really good card. Especially if you do on Kaiju, because you can Kaiju your opponent, summon a legal with your adventure token. A legal, the Kaiju back to your hand and another card to your opponent's hand, and then Kaiju again if there was like another problem card. Then for hand traps on triple ash, kind of standard, just a really good hand trap. And then triple Veiler. Main purpose, Veiler's just generically very good, but it's also a hand trap that if I've already used and I draw again in my opponent's turn, I can use again. So that's the main concept for running that again. Onto spells, I run triple Shipyard. So it's your field spell, helps you get game, helps you search as well. So the first effect is Plunder Patrol monster you control gain 500 attack. For each Plunder Patrol monster card, not just Plunder Patrol card, sorry, in your spell and trap zone. Then its first effect is you discard a card, add a Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand, except Shipyard. And its second effect is if it's in your grave, you can target a Plunder Patrol card in your spell and trap zone. Set this card, and if you do, return that card to your hand. So in that sense, it recycles itself, recycles stuff in your spell and trap zone. Sorry, I'm very tired, so you can probably hear me yawning. And it also searches. The concept of like the fine version buff is really important because overall the plunder guys are kind of small. I think Bram is your biggest plunder patrol monster, which is 25. Overall, still not that big. But like with Shipyard, he'd be 3k with his equipped thing. So it helps get game really easily with this. So you 100% want to max out on it. Also, having just Plunder Patrol names in your hand is what you need to use most of your effects from your X deck, guys. Triple right. Again, just need 3 of it. You want to see it. It's really good. There's no negatives to having this, honestly. The deck discards stuff. If you open 2, you could just realistically discard 1 with like any card effect. So again, so triple's like kind of standard. I want 2 talents. So I changed the ratio around between Imperm and this. So I'm running 2 of this and 2 Imperm. Before I was running triple Imperm, and it was something else. I forgot what the other card was. Oh, my 2 Kaiju, but I took the Kaiju out and an Imperm for double talents and a booty, and I've been enjoying that so far. I've not had a chance really. Booty doesn't really come up that often, but it is a good card. But no, these are fantastic. I'm really happy I put them in. What's really cool is you can take your opponent's stuff and then use Blackbeard on the opponent's monsters you take to summon one. One Faithful, you don't need more than one. Like if they get rid of it, it's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. You still got your whole plunder engine to play with. It's just such a good card. It does so much. Like the first effect, once per turn, monsters equipped with an equipped card come with destroy by battle. Like all your plunders will be like immune to battle once per turn because they're usually always equipped with something. And then you can add a monster and then ditch one from your hand. Both sides are good. You can add your Griffin. So you can add your Griffin and like ditch your Whitebeard, trigger Whitebeard, chain your Griffin to your Whitebeard so you can get it out before you're locked into plunders. Then if you summon something, you add your equip spell. It does so much. It's such a good card. It's unbelievable. I remember when I started playing the game again because I had like a break from the game. I think the Avenge Engine was like one of my most disliked things when I came back to it because when you go back to the game after not playing for a while, and someone banishes an enchantress and goes, "Oh, it adds a spell card," and I'm like, "Oh, that's pretty good," and proceeds to get like 4 cards from that one card. I'm like, "Wow, okay, that's a good card, okay." Um, and now I use it. One Drake back, kind of normal. It's a really good card, good removal. One emblem. You don't really need more than one. Like you can potentially run 3 if you wanted to try and like play a variant where you could just do stuff in your first turn. But you got Jord for that. Overall, you only need one. I'd run 2 if I ran shipping, but I don't. So the one is just like it's situational. It is good. It does help. But it's very situational. So you only need one of it, honestly. And then for staples, like one cool buy for hand traps, one terraforming for your shipyard, one foolish burial because like you want things engraved, enchantress, or your golden hair sector, and then for traps, one booty. As I said before, it's a good one off. It's really nice to have in those matchups. Like, example the other week going against Ice Jade, which was actually really rough. They're all waters. The synchro is like an actual issue with this deck because you activate something, they chain to it, and then they banish everything. In Moak's useless against them because you banish. Yeah, so overall that was a rough matchup. But if I had booty, it like I can change the attributes and make it a bit more easy for me to play against. 2 imperm, it's a hand trap, it's a good card. So that's main deck. On to extra deck. I run 2 lists. 2's standard, honestly. One's like you go through 2 of the extra deck monsters quite often. You don't need 3, clogs it up too much. You won't ever really go into 3 of them. You can kind of recycle as well, so 2 is enough. Same sort of concept. 2 Moa, just need 2. 1 Armorage, as I said before, you use it to help get into Blackbeard easier. Triple Blackbeard, he's the only plunder guy you really go into like a lot, so you do need 3 Blackbeard 100%. Fantastic card as well. 2 Jord, this is a really good card, but it recycles itself, so again you don't need more than 2. It's only like him and Blackbeard are plunders that don't require you to discard cards to do their effects. So Blackbeard's the one who, he's like another pilot, so he targets one, tags out into a ship, and then equips the card he targeted, and then you draw a card. Jord's really good because it's if your opponent special as a monster, you can add a Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand. So he adds just gets you 3 cards. But then if he's also equipped with something, he special summons one from deck. So you get a card in your hand and a plunder from your deck, which is usually a pilot. So in fact he fixes the game, the deck style when it goes first, lets you get those tokens out, and then also does that effect in your opponent's turn. Honestly, fantastic piece of support. 2 Bran, same concept, you kind of need 2 of them. He's also like your best guy for OTKing. 1 Scarlight, so board wipes, it burns, so it's really nice in time. Overall, this card's been really good. I've actually considered like always keeping it in this deck. I wanted to throw in a staple link monster, but for now I've not figured out if I do want to do that, because I want one Scarlight for like time and stuff, the one Dragite. So Dragite doesn't come off that often, but if you do go into the trap deck, he is handy to have. So yeah, like he'll always be live as well, because it's water deck. And then the one Punisher, it's quite easy to summon. Honestly, a Plunder Tuner plus a Griffin or an Illegal Knight. This is in here just in case it's those sort of situations where you're pretty much just losing the game. You can just instantly win the game. But again, it might come out for something different. I was using Baron instead of this because an Ash Blossom and a Legal Knight makes Baron or like a Griffin. But for now, I've chosen this over that because usually you don't end up using the Ash Blossom as your normal summon. But no, yeah, that's the variant that I've used for now. I generally enjoyed the deck. I think it's a really good deck as well. But yeah, see you. Bye.